All right, everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Mallikarjun here. If you are new to my channel, you can always go back to YouTube and search for Malik034, and then please do subscribe my channel. And if you like my content, you can share it with your friends and colleagues. Right. So with that, let's quickly get started on one of the issue what I wanted to demonstrate for today. So in one of my lab environment, when I tried to start one of the RAC database like SRCTL start database, SRCTL status database -d oraprod, where it says instance 1 started and instance 2 is not running on node 2. So when I try to do SRCTL start instance name and instance 2 for this prod DB, it says failed to start this particular oraprod instance, encounter and failure in processing system parameter, and could not open a parameter file under Oracle Home DBS init oraprod2. So it basically said uh, I'm unable to start second instance because I'm unable to find out SP file and I'm unable to find out a P file. So this is the error signature. Then how I did a troubleshooted that particular issue, I just went and checked for srctl config database -d oraprod, which says who is the uh, database unique name, who is the owner, and Oracle home, and your SP file location and password file locations are missing. So that is interesting. So that's a different story why it is missing and who has modified and what are the impacts. So that is the root cause. We'll do it later. But how we can fix this issue? That is my underlining motto. How can I fix that one first? So now let's say I did this query to get my SP file path or the SP file path is set or not. So interestingly, and also I found out password file also missing here. That is two strange thing. Then this is a RAC database, two node RAC database. So then what I did, I went to my one of the node. So I set my environment uh, like by running .env, oraprod, and then again on node one also it will be same output, password file and SP file both are missing. So then what I did, I used SQL Plus to connect to my database and check whether it is started with the SP file or the P file. So of course, as we seen, SP file is missing. So it has started with the local P file, which is available on node 1 local under its own directory. So then what I did, I just went ahead and then created a create SP file and SP file path like plus data, oraprod, parameter file, SP file, oraprod.ora from a P file, whatever the local P file it has started with that, I have created it. So now after that, I need to add this SP file location into my srctl properties. So I use this srctl modify database -d, your database name, SP file, and then the SP file path. So after that, I verified SQL srctl config database. Now I can see my oraprod database, whatever the srctl properties is appended with this SP file, what we created. Fair enough. So let me put all this content into a separate notepad so that I can share it end of this session. Right. So this is actual content from node 1. Right now, that one issue we fixed it, SP file. So now I need to fix my password file issue as well. So we fixed the SP file. Now I need to stop and start the database across all the instances and make sure that it is starting. So before that, let me verify my password file also. For that, what I did, um, I tried SQL Plus with my old password. That did not help. And then basically a password file itself was not there under my disk group. So I thought of let's go and then create a new password file altogether. So I used orapwd, a file, your password file location and the name of the file under the disk group, and how many entries you want says DBA privileges 5 and DB unique name oraprod, and then it's gonna ask me what is the sys password you want to enter. New sys password, I entered the new sys password, and the password got created for my sys user. Whatever the password I entered here, I used SQL plus sys, the same sys password oraprod SSDB, I'm able to connect to my database. And then the moment I see srctl config and my password file also got appended because we used oracledb utility and then created inside my ASM Diskgroup directory with the DB unique name. So automatically it got updated in my srctl property as well. So you can create the password file using this oracledb, or you can create inside your ASM CMD command line, and you can go ahead and then create using your different methods like pw create is a command inside your ASM CMD command line utility, and you can create that's other method. So I can quickly copy this output, and then after that what I did after I simply stopped my entire Warapro database, and then I started my entire Warapro database, and then my Warapro database got started on all the nodes. So I can quickly verify using srctl status database Waraprod. So Waraprod 1 running on node 1, Waraprod 2 running on node 2. That is fair enough. So if I quickly go ahead and then connect to my database and do show parameter SP file, now you can see SP file is located under your ASM disk group. Then that also got created. So fair enough. So now, as I said, so the password file or the creation other method I can quickly show here. What you can do, the password file creation, you can create inside your ASM using pw create. So let's say what I'll do now, I can exit and then I can set the environment to plus ASM1, and then I can use ASM cmd-p, which will go into my ASM command line. As you can see here, I'm into ASM command line. Now I can use a pw create hyphen db unique name, db unique name. So my db unique name is whatever we used here were a prod, and then what is my password file location, like this is my password file location, and then who is the owner of my oracle, it's a prod. Right, cannot create a new password file, and the password must be with the name of what is available currently. Like I can go ahead and then delete my existing password file, and then let's go ahead and then create. Let's say what I can do now, instead of that, instead of Oraprod, let's say I can try to, this is not the user, like let's go with the complex password or whatever we set here. Right, it says the could not create a password file. This resource has been deprecated. Whatever this PW create is a deprecated one. So how to overcome this one? All right. So look for that. What is wrong here? Like we already deleted the password file here, and if I try to check that one ls, then that is gone. And if I can try to go into the directory, gone. If I do ls again, this was the symlink, but our password file is already got created. Now I can do the symlink one, the default created one. This is pwcdbdb. Oh, sorry, this is for the cdbdb. My bad. Uh, our password file is this one. Okay, so this is for the cdbdb password file. There's a typo here. Like ideally, we should have given a proper name as uh, Oraprod, but there's a typo. Now, nevertheless, like that's not an issue now. So now we have deleted the password file, but still we are unable to create. What was the root cause? Why it is happening? So for that, what we can do, just exit, and I don't want to set the environmental parameter again here. I'll go to other node where I already set the environmental variable, right? So Oraprod2 and environmental variable is set. Now I can do quickly srvctl and config database -d oraprod and then grep. I want to check for my password. So it says your password file parameter is already updated in the srctl config. So because of that, it is not allowing you to create in this particular using pw create command. So now what I can do, I can quickly go ahead and then remove this from the srctl command line. How can I do now? Same command srctl mm, modify database and your database name and then hyphen pw file and I can leave it blank. Like now we can check the password file. The password file location is empty. Now you can go back to ASM command line and then run the same command, a pw create, and you can go into this same directory, or you can give your proper directory. Like let's say I can give here instead of cdbdb, I can give this oraprod. Then I can run this command. Right. It says now the command is duplicated, but now this time the password file successfully got created. Earlier it says could not create a new password file. That is because even though we have deleted the password file physically from the disk group, but it was not allowing us to create a password file because it has the entry in the srctl config. And then this was the entry. After we deleted, we are able to create that password file. So again, this is one more method. Option one, directly use your pw command at OS level, like this command. Where is that? Where we use the pw command to create the password file. And the other method is you can go ahead and then inside ASM command line use a pw create command, and then you can get your new password file. Or the other method is you can locally create under your file system, and then you can use them in the using a Vara PW copy, the PW copy, and then you can copy from your file system to ASM. That's a third method. So I'm not gonna show that one. Now let's say if I do srctl config password, now password file properly got created. I can see srvctl config database, your database name, and then your SP file, password file, everything got created. Now you can see SQL plus sys malik 123 hash @ or a prod as this DBA. I'm able to connect. Right, that's a quick demo on the missing SP file and password file, how we can deal with in case of RAC. We'll see you in our next topic with the next discussion. Until then, thank you guys. Take care. Bye bye.